It's a business arrangement. She was a dowry. He married her and he got to have control of the Houston rap scene behind the scenes. Matthew Knowles handed it over to him, and then he fucked Daddy over, moved him out the way, and took the whole bitch for himself.
No.
They were supposed to share that. They supposed to share. But Sean Carter don't share so good. He likes to keep everything all to himself. And anything that he can't move around or move out the way, he'll just remove.
Y'all, the streets are buzzing with talk that Beyoncé might be in her flop era after struggling to sell out her Cowboy Carter tour, even though tickets have been available for a while now. If you've been keeping up with the tea, you know. There have already been reports that some of her recent ventures haven't performed as well as expected. Many thought the tour would be different, but multiple sources are now claiming that several shows still have unsold tickets. That's surprising, considering everyone expected it to sell out in minutes. Now, rumors are swirling that Beyoncé's dad, Matthew Knowles, might be blaming JayZ for the tour's slow sales. Some even speculate there could be bad blood between the two. So, did JayZ sabotage Beyoncé? Or is she feeling the impact of his messy SA lawsuit? Let's break it all down. Oh, and let's not forget, this isn't the first time Beyoncé has been accused of flopping, because we all remember Ivy Park. Now that was a whole situation. At first, it seemed like a guaranteed success, but it just didn't live up to expectations in the long run. You'd think that someone of Beyoncé's stature wouldn't have trouble selling out a brand, but Ivy Park just wasn't hitting the way people expected. To be fair, when Ivy Park first dropped, it was a major moment. The brand was flying off the shelves, and fans were ready to risk it all just to get their hands on a piece. And honestly, it made sense. Beyoncé isn't one of those celebrities who constantly floods the market with random merch. When she puts her name on something, people expect quality, exclusivity, and a little bit of that Queen Bey magic. The first few collections had everybody talking, and sales were through the roof. But over time, the hype started to fizzle out. What was once a must-have became something people weren't rushing to buy anymore. According to insiders, the brand wasn't just struggling, it was actually losing money. And that's shocking, considering you'd think her name alone would be enough to keep it thriving. But apparently, even the biggest superstars aren't immune to the ups and downs of the fashion industry. According to an in-depth analysis by the Wall Street Journal, Ivy Park sales took a major hit, dropping by over 50% and bringing in only about $40 million in 2022. Now, that might sound like a lot, but it fell way below Adidas's expectations. The brand had projected $250 million in sales for that year. The Journal reported, sales of Ivy Park tumbled by more than 50% to about $40 million in 2022, coming in below internal Adidas projections of $250 million, based on documents they reviewed. However, a spokesperson for Adidas told Forbes that the assumptions about Ivy Park were inaccurate. They insisted that their partnership with Beyoncé was strong and successful, and that they remained proud of the work they had created together. Adidas also declined to disclose financial figures for individual product categories. Despite their claims, the line was eventually canceled, so it clearly wasn't performing as well as they wanted. After the cancellation, Beyoncé shifted gears and launched several other business ventures, which seemed to be doing quite well. She introduced her perfume line, her secret hair care brand, and her new Sir Davis project. Beyoncé's whiskey line, Sir Davis, had a lot of initial hype, but there's not much information yet on how well it's actually doing. On the other hand, Secret seems to be thriving. Social media has been flooded with rave reviews, and fans are obsessed, so much so that many of the products keep selling out. It looks like she's finally found her footing in the business world, which is why it's surprising to see reports claiming she's struggling in the one area where she has always dominated: music. She announced the Cowboy Carter tour weeks ago, yet multiple outlets are saying ticket sales aren't meeting expectations. So far, the only shows that have fully sold out are the 3 in Paris, while even her LA dates are still struggling to fill up. A big reason for this could be the ticket prices. Many fans have called her out for how expensive they are, with some seats costing as much as $5,000, and those aren't even VIP. With the economy in a rough spot, a lot of people feel she's asking for too much. However, there are speculations that the high ticket prices But ticket prices might not be the only reason Beyoncé's tour isn't selling out. Some people believe the controversy surrounding her husband JayZ could also be playing a role. The scandal in question involves a lawsuit where JayZ was accused of allegedly assaulting a minor after the 2000 VMAs. According to the lawsuit, filed by attorney Shan Combs, JayZ, along with his longtime friend and collaborator, Shan Carter, allegedly assaulted a 13-year-old girl at an after-party following the awards show. The lawsuit further claims that another celebrity stood by and watched as the two took turns assaulting the minor, while many others at the party did nothing to stop it. The lawsuit states, Combs has been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences. He believes that he is above the law. He is not. His close friend, Shan Carter, has been with Combs during many such instances described herein. Both perpetrators must face justice. JayZ immediately denied the allegations, slamming the lawsuit as a baseless attempt at extortion. His legal team responded with a statement, revealing that his lawyer had received what they described as a blackmail attempt in the form of a demand letter from attorney Tony. Busby had apparently assumed that the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would pressure JayZ into settling, but he was wrong. JayZ fired back, stating, "No, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you. For the fraud, you are in a very public fashion. So no, I would not give you one red penny." He went on to say, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whoever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case." Ultimately, the lawsuit was dropped after it was revealed to have no merit. Reports surfaced that the alleged victim admitted she had been coerced into naming JayZ in the lawsuit by the lawyer, whom JayZ believes was acting out of self-interest. However, despite being exonerated, the scandal still left a stain on his reputation and painted both him and his family in a negative light. Many believe this controversy had an impact on Beyoncé's tour sales, as there were even calls for her to be canceled alongside her husband. Now, fans are speculating that Beyoncé's father, Matthew Knowles, might feel the same way. In case you forgot, Matthew was once Beyoncé's manager, until she fired him after discovering he had been mismanaging her finances. To make matters worse, he also cheated on her mother and fathered a child outside their marriage. However, singer Jaguar Wright has long called BS on the official story. She has claimed that Matthew didn't just step aside. He actually handed over control of Beyoncé to JayZ when they got married. I'm not saying that Beyoncé was literally sold to JayZ, but if this theory holds any truth, it would explain why some people believe Matthew Knowles might be upset that JayZ dragged her into this essay controversy, even though he was ultimately vindicated. That being said, most fans are convinced that the real reason Beyoncé's tour isn't selling out is the high ticket prices. Many have taken to social media to express their frustration, leaving comments like, "Well, maybe if they weren't $300 for a nosebleed seat in select cities that people can't even afford to travel to because of the economy, they would sell better. I love her so much, but these prices are killing me. I think it was bad timing. She's being greedy. Her fans are out of money because her tickets are so expensive, and she just finished a tour not too long ago. I've always wanted to see Beyoncé perform live, but the ticket prices are out of control. Every artist is going on tour at the same time, and people just can't afford to spend hundreds of dollars on a concert ticket. But what do y'all think? Are the ticket prices the real issue, or is something else at play? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to check out the next video.